Hello everyone, it's Karina. Welcome back to my channel. For this video, I have a Halloween project share. I wanted to come on here and just share with you guys what I've been working on so far for this Halloween. So I'm just gonna get started right away because there's a few things I wanted to go over. I made two different pocket letters and I really wanted to use the paper pads that I got from Michaels. For this first one, I'm using the Haunted Forest paper pad by Recollections. It looks like this. It's a very interesting paper pad and I don't have anything like this in my stash, so I really wanted to work with it, see what I come up with. And the first thing that always comes to my head to do is a pocket letter because it's so simple, but it's something that you can also really embellish if you wanted to. To not do so much pockets, I did do 3 shakers and I think it looks so cute just how it goes across like that. And I love the shaker mix that I made for it. I used some, whoops, I never know how detailed I should get into with my project shares because I don't want to yap too much, but you know, I also really want to show you guys what I made bit by bit. So like I mentioned, I did do 3 shaker pockets and this is what the sequence mix looks like. So I used some seed beads. These little coffins are from Joann's. There's some sequins. I don't know what to call these little cylinder pieces, but I got those from Dollar Tree. This cute spider trim is from Michaels. So what I did in this first pocket is I used this frame die from my stash, and I think this is from AliExpress. The sticker is from Michaels. It comes like that, all decorated. So I just put that in the middle and added a bow. These are from Hobby Lobby. I used some cheesecloth underneath this snake, and this says Potent Poison. And this butterfly is also a sticker that I picked up from Michaels that goes with this paper collection. And most of the die cuts that are in this pack are really big, so I just cut the snake in half and I just cut around it so it doesn't take up so much space, if that makes sense. For this pocket, I made a tag, used a spiderweb doily. This is a book ephemera piece. Same with this one. And I just glued this acrylic snake over the books, added some gems, and I fussy cut some of these flowers from one of the papers and tucked it underneath my book ephemera. This one I kept simple. This is one of the die cuts that come in a pack. And this is a Happy Halloween sticker that came in a sticker book that I just popped up in some foam, added some pearls. This one, oh, for example, for the snake, I cut out all of this white space. I even did it for this one because it was like really thick and I didn't want it to be so thick. That's why it's kind of uneven on some of the spots. But anyways, I added some gems and this one fell from somewhere. I have like gems all over my pocket. I don't know where this is from. I'm just gonna stick it on here for now. And then here's this pocket. I love this frame. I added a cluster of pearls. These spiders are from a die that I've been using a lot. It's this one. It's called Happy Halloween by American Crafts. I really love these butterfly stickers. They're also from Michaels. They're so pretty and they're on vellum, and I love the gems in the middle. But that's how this pocket letter turned out. So it's very different from my style just because of all of the silver. I usually work with gold, but I love how this turned out. Oh, and then on the side, I used some pom-pom trim. I also did stitching in some silver thread on all of my pockets as well. But yeah, I love how that turned out. And if you guys have any other questions, leave them down below and I will gladly answer them. For my next pocket letter, I'm using the Hocus Pocus, also from Michaels. It's by Recollections. And I really love how this one turned out. It's my favorite out of the two. I just love the traditional black and orange Halloween colors. So for the side, I used a pattern paper and also did some sewing and some black thread. This cute ribbon is from Michaels as well, and I just put them through the hole punch
and made a bow
on all three of them. I made 3 shaker pockets. So this one's going this way. And these little pumpkin polymer clay bits are from Joann's. I used gold stars, clear sequins, orange sequins, black sequins, some white sequins, just a bunch going on in there. This is the pattern paper I picked for the background, and then I also used some glitter paper just to add some more layering. These cute ghosts are from one of the papers that I just fussy cut out and layered them on top of this ghost ephemera. I added some orange enamel dots. For this pocket, this is also a ephemera piece. Here's a spider die from the die set that I showed you from this set. This glitter chipboard spider is from Target. It came in a pack like a few years ago. I don't know if you guys remember those chipboard packs that they would sell. It would come with a bunch of different Halloween designs and stuff, but I still have a lot that came in that pack. But yeah, slowly using them. But anyways, that's where that spider's from. On this pocket, there's a tombstone ephemera that I layered with some foam to pop it up a little more. These hands is an AliExpress die, and I just die cut it out in some glitter paper. This cute star banner is from Spellbinders, I believe. If you guys want to know the exact dies,
please leave a comment down below.
I'll let you guys know where it's from and by who and where I got it, all of that. I'll try to remember as much as I can though for the video. I added this bow at the top to further decorate it and just add a little more to the tombstone. I made a boo banner from the ephemera piece. As you can see, I try to cut it out as best as I can, but then it started to look a little wonky, so I just distressed it with my scissors, and I think it looks a lot cuter. It definitely adds to the ephemera. And I made some bows out of some trim, and I just glued that on top. Here's I think this pumpkin is from a journaling card, and I just cut it out and glued it on some foam. And these bats are also from my stash, but I had die cut it out in some black glitter paper. For this one, I'm using an oval Sizzix die, and I did do some sewing around it and some black thread, added some enamel dots, my sentiment, just as Happy Halloween. This came from a sticker pack that I got from Michaels. I fussy cut out this bat from one of the pattern papers, and this one is a punch, which is this punch right here. It's this one. I got this from Tuesday Morning a long time ago. This last pocket, I die cut out this haunted house and I backed it in some white paper so the windows can pop out a little more. I think this is a Tim Holtz Sizzix die, if I remember correctly. It also comes with this moon, which I die cut out. I added some black enamel dots, and this glitter pumpkin is from Michaels. The next thing I'll share, I made some postcards. I made 2 of them, and I love how these turned out. I'm using a paper pad by American Crafts. It is called Happy Halloween. So this is the first one. The postcard die is from AliExpress. So I used some silver thread. Since there's a bunch of silver in this collection, I made a cute little stamp on this corner. The spider web and these spiders are from the die that I showed you earlier. It actually coordinates with this paper collection. I added a little candy, die cut out this 31, added some gems, and also added some stars. This Halloween sentiment is one of the pattern papers, and I just cut this out, and it fits perfectly on this part of the postcard. This frame is from AliExpress, and these ephemeras are all from the paper collection that I used to layer up. These bats are a separate die though that I picked up from AliExpress. I think it turned out super cute. I also made this postcard.
I cut a strip of paper and folded it a few times and glued on my trick or treat ephemera at the top. I made another stamp on the corner, and I pretty much used most of the ephemera from this collection to decorate this postcard.
I love the little ghostie in this collection. Using the same paper pad, I also made some memory decks cards. So I'm using the classic Heidi Swap memory decks die to make these. I did use some silver thread for the stitching, and I love how layered these turned out. So what I like to do is use my base first, and then on the second layer I like to pop it up on some foam. So for this and the little tab, these bones are from the die that I showed you earlier that coordinates with this collection. I added a silver star to decorate this part of the memory decks. I added another layer which I did some sewing around, which you can barely see, but it definitely adds to the layers. And then this spider web is from the ephemera pack that comes in this collection, as well as this piece. The 31 I die cut out in some glitter paper. Added this ghost, and I put a bow at the top, and then my sentiment says happy haunting, and on this I did wrap around some silver thread that I used for my stitching, and then I added some candy corns, bats, and gems. Here is the other memory decks card. So again, I did some sewing on the first layer in some silver thread, popped the second layer on some foam, and my sentiment I also popped up on some foam, and it says boo to you. For this one, I added a bunch of the ephemera from the paper collection on the opposite corners. So this spider web, I cut it in half, and I put the other half on this side. I also cut these candies to fill in the spots underneath to decorate it a little more. Added some gems, did the same thing on this side, and it's kind of hard to tell, but there's like a little ephemera piece, and I wrapped it around in some silver thread, which you could kind of see. It's like the little things that make the layering so cute, but you can kind of tell right here. And then this exploding star is a die from AliExpress. At the top, I just added the pumpkin from the ephemera pack as my main centerpiece. And for my most recent projects that I've made, I made some cute paperclip banners. I'm using one of my favorite paper collections, and it is called Witch's Brew by DCWB. I think this is a few years old. I'm obsessed with this paper collection. I'm gonna be sad once I'm down to the last pieces, but this is how they turned out. So I made this one, which just looks so adorable. I'm obsessed with this. I used a white large paper clip. For the base, I used some plain black cardstock. I used a layer of a pattern paper from the collection. I sewed that part in some silver thread since there's a lot of silver in this collection. I added this spiderweb doily. This circle die is from Lawn Fawn. It has some cross stitching around the die, which I like that it is embossed because it adds some more dimension. I fussy cut out these flowers from the paper collection. I glued one on this end and the other on this side. And it's kind of hard to tell, but there's a cauldron behind her. This die is from AliExpress. And it comes with these bubbles, which I die cut out in silver cardstock paper. I just hid them in the background a little bit. And then I fussy cut out these potion bottles from the same paper collection. This cute little cat I die cut out in some black glitter cardstock. She's from a separate die from AliExpress. Sentiment says come in for a spell. This cute stamp is from AliExpress as well. And I just colored her in the best I can. And I try to match the colors with the paper collection. And I think it turned out so cute. I die cut out these bats. I also added some gems. These bows I made out of some embroidery thread. I glued them on the top ends of the banner. And I added pom-pom trim on the bottom here. But that's that one. I also made this tiny one, which turned out just as cute. I love it. So I did the same thing with the embroidery thread. I made some bows and glued it on top there. I'm using this pattern paper from the collection for the base, and then I added another one and popped it on some foam. I also did some stitching. I made this rosette, and then on top of that I used this spiderweb ephemera piece. I added some foam on it as well, and then I glued the cat in the middle. This is also ephemera piece from the collection. I die cut out this 31 on some foam and tucked it underneath the spiderweb ephemera, and I glued on some bats and also added some gems. And if you guys want to know where the 31 die is from, since I have it on my desk, I'm going to show you guys. Let's see. Oh, it's on this side. Oh, here's what the doily looks like. The spiderweb doilies. Got it from Tuesday Morning. Looks like it's from American Crafts. Here's the die set where the 31 is from. It looks like this. Matilda and Godfrey by Photoplay. But yeah, that is everything that I made so far. I can't wait to start making some more Halloween things, which I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but I've been enjoying everyone's Halloween content. It's been very inspiring, so I thought if you come across this video and needed some inspiration, that this gives you the inspiration that you need. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!